Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video game series, that's wrong, a video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it's going to be, and that's a hard 100 games. There's been a bit of a thing that has happened recently in the board game community. With the introduction of games like Pandemic Legacy, we have begun the era of games that you can really only play once, or in Pandemic Legacy's case, 3 times and forget about it. We have games like Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, where you learn the mysteries and then you're done. We have the escape room games, which can really only be played once. Some of them, you can't even pay them forward and give them to anybody. We're going to be talking about one of those such games now. These are games that, by default, are out of my collection because I can't keep them. So, we'll go ahead. Verdict. Out. That's not the question today. The question is whether or not they are right for your shelf to begin with, and if you're even going to enjoy them at all. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to exit. Alright, so these are the exit games by Cosmos, are they all by the same goddamn person? Looks like it. Inca and Marcus Brand. We have 4 of them. I have played them all. I like some of them a lot more than others, and some of them I like less than the other ones. That's the way that works. Now this is a bit tricky, because I can't really tell you all of my thoughts about these without spoiling the shit out of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 parts to this. Part 1, non-spoilers. But, you know, some spoilers may seek through, minor stuff, what it's about, that kind of thing. And I'm going to talk to you in brief, very brief, about what the different ones offer and kind of how they work in general. And then we're going to get into some sassy spoilers. And I'll give you a heads up. And I'm going to talk about my favorite parts of them, my least favorite parts of them. And if you played these, you can commiserate with me as we go through. So what I want to kind of let you know, the basis of the game. The game basically comes, and this is no spoiler, the game basically comes with a little book that has a whole bunch of secrets. So think of like a notebook with a bunch of madman scribbles in it. And comes one of these fucking things. This is a wheel of something, and getting these various numbers together will unlock a box corresponding to this shape that you found somewhere, and then you get to draw that card to see if it's right or wrong. Every one of these games are driven by a version of this. Some have colors, some have symbols, some have numbers, some have just a bunch of crazy stuff. There are 4 of them that I have played and 4 of them that I will talk about. The ones that I haven't played have themes that just straight up do not interest me. There's one about a knight and then another one I don't care. These are the ones I played because these are the ones that I wanted. We're going to go in the order that I played them so you can get my wootness down to my booness. First one that I played was The Abandoned Cabin. You are in a cabin. It's abandoned. Ooh, how would you get out? We actually started playing this when Hurricane Harvey hit, and we started it the evening it happened, and we weren't able to finish it till the next day because, you know, flooding. This one, looking at them, is my favorite. Maybe it was the newness of it, but there are some puzzles in here that we'll talk about in the spoiler section that none of the other ones have managed to come close to. Second one I played, Polar Station. My favorite horror movie of all time is The Thing. And there's a game coming from Kickstarter very soon that I'm very excited about that is a game based on The Thing. Not the Outpost 30 whatever game, Who Goes There, by Certifiable Studio. But this one is another one that's really, really good. You're stuck in a polar station. Whatever, it's fine. I enjoyed this one because I really, really like the theme, and it did something with its puzzles that the other game did very similar, but you never saw it coming. As these have happened, I've discovered there is a law of diminishing returns. We are all kind of exiting something. We're trying to get out of the cabin, trying to get out of the polar station, try getting off this godforsaken island. The island. It's okay. It's okay. There are some puzzles in here that are a little obtuse, and there are hint cards for all of these, but the Forgotten Island was okay. This was also the only one that I played by myself. That might have something to do with it. And last one that I played very recently, I believe this is the very first one, The Secret Lab. It's Breaking Bad in a lab, kind of. And you're trying to get some stuff to get out, exit the game, exit the lab. This is by far my least favorite one. The puzzles are meh. The answers are meh. This is not the best one by far. If you are thinking of getting these, the ones that I highly recommend, Abandoned Cabin and the Polar one, Polar Station. The other ones are okay. Even if you're wanting the Escape the Desert Island, that one's not that bad. But Secret Lab, stay away from that one. It's not that great. And if the other themes strike you, grab one of the other ones. Your money is your money. These things are like 15 bucks a pop, which may seem like a lot for a game you're going to destroy. We'll talk about why you destroy it in a second. but you can usually find them on Amazon for like 10 bucks, and you get a good hour, maybe a little bit more of enjoyment out of it, and you really, really, really enjoy it. How much are those escape rooms anyway? Like 50, 60 bucks a goddamn person? No, thank you. 15 bucks, we'll have a good time. Let's talk spoilers? All right, so we're gonna work our way backwards. We're gonna Tarantino this bitch. This one sucked. I did not like it. It was the inside of the box when we were done. It had the least interesting puzzles of all of them, I feel. And it was the first ones, they were kind of getting their feet wet. There was less destruction in this one as far as cutting up cards. There is not a single puzzle in this that I really remember. And I just played this. I don't remember any of the puzzles from it. There's some math stuff in here. There's like a circle thing we got to do on the back. There's cutting out a few things and trying to do a couple of whatevers. Oh, that's what when you open it, this is your lab, by the way. It's nothing stood out. It really feels like the developers were getting their feet wet. And this game was necessary because they had to get the basics down. When the basics are solid, it's fine. They had to get the basics out of the system before they can make something truly fun and truly great. This one, 1 to 6 players, more players, 12 and up, fine. 1 to 2 hours, fine. There's hint cards if you get stuck. So this one has strategy 3, luck 1, escape room fun 5, and then riddle solving 5. It wasn't difficult. The puzzles were obtuse. It just wasn't fun. I can't spoil anything for this because I don't remember anything from it. That should say enough. Next up, Forgotten Island. This has you stranded on an island trying to find some pirate stuff and then trying to get off the island. This one was pretty good. This one is only for 1 to 4 players, 12 and up, 1 to 2 hours. All the other stuff is the same, but now this is from the second series. They've added this level down here. It's a level 3, so this is the medium weight one. This one's fun. I enjoyed this one. This one had some cool paper folding stuff where you fold it and it looks like a number. It had this little compass thing that you actually put a pencil into and follow some markings on the inside of the box that they don't tell you about to write out the number. It's pretty neat. This one was cool. I really, really could have benefited from having someone else there with me, especially when it got to solving the final puzzle, which is where a good bit of my frustration came from, but it wasn't bad by any means. It's not the best pirate escape room game that I played, but it was still pretty solid. Best puzzle in it was the actual finale, but by then I was so burnt out that, okay. If you have more, this one, it shouldn't be 1 to 4. Don't play this one solo. This one will kind of give you a bit of an ass. Polar Station, this one was fun. I remember the crap out of this one. We got to make a little cube out of something, which was really cool. We got to try to solve different, there's like a ice one on here, a little extra bit. We had a little decoder we'd have to put on top of some paper to try to get some letters. But the creme de la creme is one of these pages cut out. And when you cut that out, you're like, well, what do I put this on? What do I put this on? And like, you need a number. Like, I need 3 numbers, and I have this cutout, and there's nothing that goes on. The coolest puzzle of this game did a lot what the next game did, and that is when you overlay it on the front of the box, something you don't even think is a part of the game. You'll see a 1, you'll see a 3, and you'll see a 2 back here. And when you put it over, the cover of the box is actually part of it. So whenever you're playing these, don't go rummaging through it, but use every part of the buffalo, if you know what I mean. This one was pretty good. This one is another level 3, and 1 to 4 players, 12 and up, 1 to 2 hours. This one was really, really fun. We had some monsters on the outside that were attacking us, and we had to try to stop them. It's very much a Thing-inspired, tension-filled, good-ass time. And last but not least, my favorite one, Abandoned Cabin. I'm a sucker for the cabin in the woods, haunted house kind of things. This was the very first one that we played, and this one did 2 phenomenal things that I will remember forever because this is the first one we played and I still remember it. I'm not putting anything on the cover. One of the clues in here, the answer was barcode. I'm like, what? What the fuck does that mean? There is an answer on the actual barcode of the game, which is insane. That the barcode itself played into the game in a very meta style. There was also something under the insert of the game. And it's the first one we played. I didn't think to go looking through the box, but one of the answers was something like under the insert or whatever. And I was like, what? I was smitten right then and there. 1 to 6 players. We played this one with like I think 4, sometimes 5 as people kind of came in and out. 12 and up, 1 to 2 hours. If you have already played this, you're thinking about getting this for a friend because you're in spoilers. Why the fuck are you here if you haven't played this yet? This is the one to start everyone off with because this one is going to give the most benefit. So if you're looking to get a gift for someone who hasn't played these, as long as you're not playing it with them because you don't want to be that guy. Abandoned Cabin, very, very good. My favorite and the best puzzle out of all of the series was clearly the barcode and the under the insert, which was really, really cool. Sort of. So all these games were very worthy of being in my Hard 100, but alas, these games are destroyed. I'll never play them again. That's it. They're gone. They're out, but I already told you they were out. Wherever there's a new one, I'll be there. They just released the 2 new ones. They released a Murder on the Orient Express one, which I am all about. I love my trains and I love my Orient Express. I love people dying on them, and then I get to solve a murder. I'm really, really excited. It's supposed to be the hardest one that they've made, and it's only like 15 bucks, 10 bucks when I find it. So they're really, really good kind of one-shots that they don't take up a lot of room to begin with, and when you play them, you're done. You can toss them right then and there. You can log your scores and things like that. There's an app for music and that kind of thing. I definitely recommend getting these if you haven't already, and know that they're a temporary resident in the hotel that is my Hard 100. But they're very, very good, and they are very, very gone because I just can't play them anymore. We have a couple of games that are going to be one-shots that I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to get rid of these. The aforementioned Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detectives, the Holmes and Watson, if I ever finish Pandemic Legacy, which I'm not. These one-shot Arkham Horror card games, the kind of games that you really only play once because all the secrets and all the magic is revealed then and there. It's pretty much going to be done. But if you haven't, pick them up. They're fun. They're fun. But are they the best escape room game out there? They're certainly the most interactive. So if you have a lot of people, these are the best because they usually present you with multiple riddles. You can't always have the pieces you need, but they present you with multiple riddles so everyone can kind of help and work on it. The only one that requires more players is the Secret Lab, and it's the worst one. But other than that, pretty great. Again, my name is Billy. This has been the Hard 100 one-shots because these, as great as they are, can't stay in the collection. So that's 4 games down, even though I only count them as 1 when I put my list together of all the games that I actually own, and I did, and it was a thing that happened. My name is Billy. This has been the Hard 100. It was good for my shelf. It's good for yours, but they're gone now. You're not going to get them. Thank you so much. Peace out.